These men are fishing for bocaronis, tiny fish they dust with seasoned flour and fry quickly in virgin olive oil. In a scene unchanged since biblical times, they lower their nets to catch the small fish that come inshore to feed during the night. Sardines, anchovies and mullet are the prize. And while the Mediterranean sun is still weak and the tourists are nursing their hangovers, they're busy trying their luck against the sea.
Well, there it is. As so often happens on the Floyd programmes, we shoot our nets and catch absolutely nothing. As the good Lord said, cast your bread on the waters and ye shall get back soggy bread. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, there is no fish, but instead I'll cook a gazpacho, which is really the signature dish of Andalucia. Clive, if you could tear yourself away from these tomatoes, I want to explain to you exactly what I'm doing here. It's a dish, it's a wonderful, important dish from Andalucia involving tomatoes, peppers, olive oil, things like that, and it's called Gazpacho. It's an iced soup. It's salad in a glass. It's a liquid salad. It's a soup very often abused by people because they don't really understand what it is. Sometimes they make it with just tomato juice and throw a few things into it, but in fact there's more to it than that. It doesn't actually need cooking, but it does need happy, very fresh tomatoes. So let's have a whirl around the ingredients. You see, this is a happy tomato in its original state, and let me just tell you about the happy tomatoes, because one of the funny things of making programs about food in other people's countries, they quite naturally assume that we're a bunch of lunatics and don't know at all what we're talking about. And Miguel, who we'll meet later on, came over and said, look at those tomatoes you've got. They're not at all happy. You must have happy tomatoes. So he took mine away and gave me his. Anyway, back to the ingredients. A big bowl of very fresh, very ripe, happy, smiling tomatoes. Some tomato juice. Some cucumber cut into cubes. Some green pepper cut into little pieces like that. Some onion chopped. Some iced water. Okay. Then some red wine vinegar, olive oil, tarragon, salt, pepper, and lots of little things. Now, at the end, when the whole thing is made, you garnish it with these things. Now, big close-up on these, Clive, because they're very small. Finely chopped onion, finely chopped cucumber, and finely chopped red pepper and green pepper, and over here a little bit, little croutons of bread fried in garlic. So that's what you need. But then to make it, and this is a holiday place and people like to enjoy themselves, so we thought we wouldn't be prissy like they do on those studio-based cooking programs where everything is done so carefully with weights and measures and rubber gloves and measuring sticks and the whole thing. We thought we'd make some real gazpacho in a bucket. And gazpacho is very easy to make. Now watch this. You throw the tomatoes in, okay, you put that there. You throw the cucumber in. Back up to this just for a second. Everything is very precisely weighed, precisely measured. Thank you very much, Miguel. Onions go in, no problem. Thank you, Miguel. Great. Tomato juice. Thank you, Miguel. Load of ice and water. Thank you. Thank you, Miguel. Excellent. Then you just throw in some wine vinegar. Quite a bit of that. You put in some olive oil, which is, of course, the cooking method of the region is always use olive oil. You put in some tarragon. Very careful. 18 leaves of tarragon, for those of you who want to be exactly precise. Okay, 18 leaves of tarragon, 23.5 grains of sugar, of salt, I mean, not a problem at all, and 15 grinds of the peppermill. And finally, just a little bit of garlic. Then, this is the sort of thing you can do at home with the supervision of an adult, okay? It's very important, because you take your blender, it's like something out of a Chainsaw Massacre, okay, and you just go... Let me switch this damn thing off. It's more like an outboard motor than a blender. Listen, that's going to take about 15 minutes, so I'll get one of my team of home economists to do that, because as you all know, I do none of this cooking myself. It's all done by experts in the background. Instead, we'll move over and meet my latest, greatest chum, Miguel, whose bar this is, and we're going to have a drink, because we're very thirsty, it's very hot, it's holiday time in wherever we are, Andalucia, and we need a drink. So we'll have the famous and the classic sangria. We start with what? The ice. Okay, now the first thing is lots of ice. Happy ice?
Very happy.
Very happy ice. Very important that things are happy when you're having a good time. Happy ice, right. Followed by some very happy Cointreau. And you can make this happy as you like. The more you put in, the more happier the ice gets. Is that right, Cointreau? Excellent.
Put the fruit out.
And then we put the fruit in. Yeah. Right. This is finely chopped, lovely Spanish limes, lemons, and oranges. Finely diced. That much? Is that fine?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
That's happy, isn't it? That's quite happy. Then, to make it really happy, you get some banana liqueur. Now, this is Miguel's own special recipe. You might not have banana liqueur at home. You could use another liqueur. but he likes to put banana liqueur in it, and I like to add a little bit more than he normally does.
It's okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Now
Then,
brandy.
a lovely Spanish brandy, 103. And we put a fair amount of that in.
It's okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that really happy?
Yeah, happy.
Very happy.
Very happy.
Very happy. Excellent. Then some Andalusian wine. Happy wine.
Yeah.
Time
It's
for
okay,
stir.
it's okay.
It's okay. Right.
No, it's okay. A little bit lemon.
Then we have some fizzy lemon.
Yeah. And a little bit
Okay.
orange.
A little bit of orange.
Yeah.
And what we mustn't forget is some cinnamon.
Yeah.
Plop in some cinnamon.
And the sugar.
And the happy sugar.
Happy.
Because this is a very happy place. And to make ourselves even more happy, you know, as a rest from grinding up the Gazpacho, we can cheer ourselves up with the classic drink of Andalucia, the classic drink of Spain, which is...
Cheers.
Cheers, salute. Thank you very much. Salute. Now, Clyde, if I can have one of your big, famous, fat close-ups on the soup bowl, I can just go over the finer points of the whole soup. You'll remember that I basically liquidized tomatoes with red peppers, green peppers, and all that stuff, and got that lovely soup there. But then I've garnished it with very finely chopped onion, finely chopped cucumber, finely chopped red peppers, green peppers, and little croutons fried in olive oil and garlic. Well, that's fine. I'm pretty pleased with it, but it really depends on Miguel, whether he thinks it's any good. So what do you think of Gazpacho?
Very good. Fantastic. Ma. Sangria. Mas então. Yeah.